Not even sure. Hi. I don't know if I did this right. So I'm a little stressed. I know all my people think I'm on a different. What's that? I'm going to share this right now to all of you. And then I'll go to forward. Oh, I'm going to have to do this. Oh, for God's sake. My laptop tracking thing is making me frustrated. But I can do this. For whatever reason, the link I gave out earlier is not going to work. So I'm going to send you guys a new one. And oh my God, this is just the worst. Okay. Hopefully I got everybody there. And oh my goodness, now I'm really messing everything up. What am I looking at? Honestly, guys, I know there's 5 of you there. And I don't know how to make it work. No, not that. Oh my God. Oh my God. New link. Compose. Okay, and I'm live here. What's my link? Getting this set up for hoping that you guys find me now. So sad about this. Oh, did I find it now after all? Oh, geez, that's a brutal shot. You know, I don't do this very often, so I get you think people are still waiting over here for me? So I'm just going to shut this one. I don't even know if you guys are getting anything out of it at all. Oh, good. Okay, I guess I don't actually have to type, do I? I could talk. I might be crazy. So I'm glad everyone's home and safe. I'm hoping that y'all find me. Um, I'm set up by my fireplace here. See if I can get a good view. The nice thing about practicing at home is you can be comfortable and have all this stuff around you that you like to have. So I've got like blankets and pillows and you name it. I'm wearing pajamas. So I hope you are too. I hope you have something nice to drink nearby. Maybe you have a fire going like I do. And let's begin. Seated on the mat, nice and comfortably. I'll move to the side so you can see the fire. And I want to begin practice. I certainly need to come down after worrying about whether you guys would find this or not. So let's begin practice with 5 nice breaths. 5 nice breaths to mark the beginning of practice, to set aside the day that we've had, and even if, like me, the last few minutes of trying to figure out technology. Usually I'm not too bad at stuff. Anyway, 5 breaths and I'll settle down too. So the trick with these breaths is, with every breath, I want the next one to be deeper. So we'll start with just a nice breath in. Match the exhale to that of the inhale. And then let's try a deeper breath in. Match that exhale to the length of the inhale. And now even deeper breath in. And exhale. Another breath in. It's getting pretty big now. It might feel like you're almost taking in the absolute most you could. And then exhale. Last one. Biggest breath yet. Really filling right up to your collarbones. And then a long, slow exhale. Now, from here, however you've been sitting, let's come to a cross-legged seat. And if you want to grab a cushion or something like that, sit up on it. Do it if you sit against a wall, it's all good. Lengthen up the spine. Reach hands up, just a big stretch. And then as we exhale, I want to arc to the left. So your left hand's going to come down to the floor and your right hand's going to reach up and over. Now, notice the tendency for your chest to angle towards the floor here. Let's move against that tendency and turn your chest up towards the ceiling and really reach with your right hand. Push your right hip down. Now, take another breath in. And as you exhale, turn the chest towards the floor outside your left thigh. You can tap your right hand down towards the floor next to your left hand. They're going to be about shoulder width apart. Now let's start to move this with our breath. So we're going to inhale to open and exhale to round up. Couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Last one. As you exhale, let's bring your right hand to your left knee. Sweep your left hand along the floor, out and in front of you until you can bring your left hand to your right knee. You've got a cross of your arms, hopefully above the elbows. Just tuck your chin, let your face fall. Take a couple of breaths into your rib cage in the back of your body. From here, turn your palms up, hold your shoulders. Let's roll up to sit. Elbows can be about shoulder height. You can give yourself a hug, or maybe find eagle arms, bringing the backs of your hands together, or your right fingertips to your left palm. Breath or two here. Let's unwind hands. Reach them up overhead. And then we'll start to arc to the right. Right hand to the floor. Your left hand's up and over. Really the trick with this pose is to not let your left hip lift. So keep pressing the left hip down while you find that stretch along the left side of your body. Now think about turning the chest up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulder, your left shoulder back. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, roll your chest down towards the floor outside your right leg and tap your left fingertips to the floor. Let's inhale to roll back up. And exhale to roll down. Couple more times. Inhale, opening towards the ceiling. And then exhale to round down towards the floor. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And slide your left fingers to your right knee. And then with a big sweeping arc along the floor, bring your right fingertips forward and around till you can take your left knee. Cross above the elbows. Let your chin tuck down into your throat. Let your face, your head get heavy while you take some breaths. Stretching, adding some flexibility. You might feel some opening all along the back of your body. The rib cage is open. Take another breath. Let's unwind from this. You can reach hands up again, maybe peace fingers up to the sky. And then as you exhale, I want to come to a tabletop pose. So we're just going to roll over on our feet, onto our hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Looking straight down to the mat. Let's find a cow belly breath. So just remember to start with your tailbone. Turn the tailbone up, drop the tummy, bring the chest forward. As you exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, look back to your knees. Couple more times. Inhale, stretch the front of the body, and then exhale to round the spine. Let's do it again. Really articulating the spine. Inhale to neutral, a nice neutral pose. Curl the toes under. And let's lift hips up and back. Come to a downward facing dog. Take a few moments here. Pedal your feet, swing your hips, shake your head out. Just roll around a little bit. And then when you're ready, come to stillness. We'll take 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. As you exhale, walk or step to the front of the mat. We'll take a standing dangle here. You can hold opposite elbows and sway. Or maybe let your hands drop and be still. You can be still or sway, whatever feels good. Now from here, let's soften the knees and roll all the way up to stand. Hands up. You can look up between your hands if you like. And then as you exhale, join your palms, bring your hands to your heart. Step your feet together. I'm going to turn to face you. Step your feet together so your big toes are touching and maybe there's a little bit of space between your heels. And let's inhale, hands out and up. And we're going to do some arcs. So we'll arc to the left. So your left hand can take your right wrist and just bring it up and over. We did some arcs seated. And now as you're stretching, you might start to feel the stretch come a little bit further down into your body since the hips are trapped on the floor. But I want you to think about rolling the chest up towards the ceiling just the way we did when we were seated. We're just taking the arc. We're not going to do any moving around in it. Notice if you're putting all your weight into one foot or the other. Try and even it out. Inhale to come up. Switch your hands. Right hand takes the left wrist. And as you exhale, you can come over to the other side. Let your breath come nice and easily while you're doing this. Roll that left shoulder back. You can look up if you like towards the ceiling. Or maybe you want to look down towards the floor. Or maybe you want to look at me on the screen. This is weird, just being in my living room talking to myself. Inhale, hands up. Big stretch, peace fingers up to the sky. And then as we exhale, soften the knees. And let's come down to a forward fold. And you could be passive again if you want, or you could be a little more active, bringing your hands into the floor. Inhale to a halfway lift, sliding the fingertips to the shins or the knees or even higher. And find a flat back. Pull your low belly in to support the spine. Take a breath. As you exhale, let's soften the knees, plant the hands, and step back to your high plank pose. Now for this first one, feel absolutely free to put your knees down. Take a moment here. Gather all the energy in towards your low belly, towards your belly button. Inhale, shoulders forward, and exhale to the mat. Tap your forehead down, unhook your toes. Inhale 3 times, cobra pose. Lift and lower. Press down into your feet as you lift and release. One more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, table or plank. And let's exhale back to downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. It's actually quite warm right next to the fireplace like this. There we go. Full cycle of breath. Inhale to lift the heels, bend the knees. As we exhale, step to the front of the mat. And inhale right into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's reach all the way up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees, fingertips to the mat. Let's take the right foot back to the back of the mat. Settle down onto your right knee. And inhale, sweep the fingertips up. As we exhale, let's arc to the left. Your left hand can take your right wrist up and over. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, reach your hands back and down and around to frame the front foot. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Working with your right leg again. Let's reach that right leg up and back. Big stretch. You can let the hip open, just like do whatever feels good here. And then as you exhale, bring your right foot forward between the hands. Settle down onto your left knee. And inhale. And come up to this kneeling lunge, like a 90-90 lunge here. We're going to arc to the right. Right hand can take the left wrist up and over. Exhale here. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, sweep them back and down and around. And inhale, bring your left foot forward to meet the right, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's lift up to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lots of that, eh? Exhale, soften the knees, fingertips towards the mat. Let's take the left foot back to the back of the mat. Once again, settle down onto your left knee. And we're going to take an easy twist here. So left hand can stay planted on your palm or on your knuckles like me. Right hand can come to your right knee. Start turning your chest towards your right knee. Roll the right shoulder back. So maybe that right hand slides down to your right thigh or hip, or maybe you want to slide it down behind your back. Maybe you want to reach it up. Take another breath. And then as we exhale, right hand down, frame the front foot. Let's lift the left knee. Take your right foot back to meet the left. High plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Working with the left heel again. This is my huge paranoia because you know how I always forget what side I'm on. There's no one here to correct me. And a big stretch up. And then with your next exhale, left foot forward between the hands. Settle down onto your right knee. Right hand plants, and we'll take the twist. So you can keep your left hand at your left knee and really press into it to help create that twist. Or if you want, you can just let that hand hang heavy behind you or up to the ceiling. It's all good. Take another breath in. As you exhale, left hand comes down, frames the front foot, lift the right knee, and take the right foot forward to meet the left. High plank, or in halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Come all the way up to stand. Hands up. You can look up. As you exhale, I want to make our way back to down dog now. So I'm going to forward fold. Halfway lift. And then you can step back to child's pose or down dog and hang out there and wait. Or if you want, step back to your high plank pose. Come down. Take your back bend. Release. Lift. And come up and back. And let's everybody meet in downward facing dog. With an inhale, I want to take the right heel up and back. As you exhale, right knee to right elbow. So tap, tap, tap. Tap it up as high as you can. And then inhale, up and back. As you exhale now, come forward, like you're coming forward to plank, and tap your right knee to your left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Move slowly through these. You don't want to just be swinging your leg around. Exhale, come forward, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up and back. And then exhale, knee to nose again. And this time, you can settle your right foot down between your hands. And once again, settle your left knee down onto the mat. Inhale, come up to this 90-90 lunge. As you exhale, sweep your hands back like airplane arms and straighten the right leg. You're going to hinge forward at the hips over the right leg. So you've got like airplane arms and you're getting a hamstring stretch here. We do this often with the hands down, so I'm just changing it up a little bit tonight. Let's try that again. So inhale to your lunge. Exhale. Airplane arms, hamstring stretch. Curl into the back toes. And as you inhale, reach the hands forward, come back to your lunge, and power up the back leg, coming into like an arrow lunge. One long line from the left fingertips to the left heel. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, left knee down, hamstring stretch. Inhale, arrow lunge. Exhale, left knee down, hamstring stretch. Inhale, arrow lunge. Getting longer and longer. Take a breath in here, crescent lunge. As you exhale, let's twist to the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Big breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale. Hands can come down and around. Frame that front foot. And let's take your right foot back to meet your left. High plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel lifts. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, tricep if you can get it up there. Inhale to extend. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. So you're twisting with the body. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze your nose back towards your knee. Inhale to extend. And this time, exhale, knee to nose. Continuing forward to put your left foot down. And then settle your right knee. Inhale to your kneeling lunge. Let's practice one time this hamstring stretch with the airplane arms. So sweep the arms back. We're going to hinge forward at the hips, bring the chest forward. Straighten the left leg or bring it towards straight and roll onto the heel. So it might not be straight, but I just so that you feel a stretch across the back here. Let's try that again. Inhale to your kneeling lunge. Exhale. Hamstring stretch with airplane arms. Now this time, inhale, hands up, lunge, and power up that back leg. Exhale, hamstring stretch. Inhale, coming all the way up. And so we're coming up to an arrow lunge, aren't we? And then exhale, hamstring stretch. One more time, arrow lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twisting to the left. So your left hand comes back. Take a full cycle of breath here. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, down dog. Full cycle of breath here. Let's actually take a little break. Knees wide, big toes together. You can slide your hips back over your heels. Find yourself in child's pose. Give your wrists a little massage. Okay. So from here, let's come forward to table. Exhale back, downward facing dog. When you're ready, let's lift right heel up and back, big stretch. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Lower down on your left heel, like you're coming into warrior two, so that left foot's going to be parallel to the short edge of the mat. Sweep the left hand forward and up, and then press into your feet to come all the way up into your warrior two pose. The right knee's at a square over the right ankle. And feel free to move around here, like get your feet where you want them to be. Reach your hands out. Past the front of the mat, past the back of the mat. Find a nice stretch. This is when we lose track of what's happening in the middle. So see if you can pull the low belly in, the low ribs in. Gather all of your energy into the center of the body here, into our solar plexus chakra, our strength chakra. Take a nice breath. As we exhale, we can reverse. Left hand to your left hip, right hand's up and back. Just a nice big stretch here. You can start sliding your left hand down your leg if you want. Just keep pushing forward with that right knee. Coming back up. Right elbow to right knee now. Extended side angle. Reach the left hand straight up towards the ceiling. Turn your palm towards the front of the mat and then reach overhead. So now your palm is facing the floor. And once again, notice what's happening with that left shoulder. When you're the left sort of top corner of your chest, if it's angling down, start to turn up towards the ceiling. Take another breath here. Let's inhale to come all the way back up. Warrior two. As you exhale, hands to your hips. We're going to straighten through the right leg. I want you to step your left foot in about a third of the way. Coming to a Trikonasana pose. So a pyramid pose. So let your right hip dip, your left hip lift. You'll notice your spine now has like a curve. Start to lengthen forward through the crown of your head. Reach forward with your right hand. Reach forward so much. I'm trying to get you to get some length through the underside of your body here. So that's what we're reaching forward for. Now you can keep that right hand there. Keep your left hand at your hip if you like. You can reach the left hand up towards the ceiling and make like an L with your arms. You could let your right hand drop down. You could take both hands overhead, like biceps next to your ears. So both hands are reaching towards the front of the mat. That one takes a lot of core strength. Keep pulling it in if you're choosing that one. Another breath. Let's soften the forward leg. Come all the way back to this warrior two pose. You might want to lengthen it back out again. And we can cartwheel hands down to frame the front foot. Lift your left heel. So we're in a runner's lunge now. Left hand plant. And right hand, I want to reach towards the front of the mat. With an inhale, start to turn your chest to the right and reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, reach your right hand back and down towards the floor. Inhale, forward and up, so we're making big circles with the arm. Exhale, back and down. Let's try one more. Inhale. And exhale. As your right hand comes down, it can come to the mat. Frame the front foot. And let's take the right foot back to meet the left. High plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Try this again on the other side. So we're going to inhale the left heel up and back. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Are we doing that on this side? Inhale to extend. Ooh. Sometimes my thumb still gets me. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left foot comes forward between the hands. Roll your right foot heel down so the foot you're ready for warrior two. And let's come up to it by reaching forward with the right hand. So you're going to make a big sweeping arc with the right hand all the way up and back. Coming into warrior two. Take a moment here. Get comfortable. Make sure you're pressing down into both your feet. Make sure you feel good. And then when you're ready, turn the left palm up. We can reverse the warrior. Inhale, warrior two. As we exhale, extended side angle. So your left forearm is going to come to the left knee. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Notice I'm not dumping into this left shoulder. Keep high. I want to stay a little higher than usual, so that's why I'm not cueing to reach for the floor. Unless you really want to. And then do it. Turn your palm towards the front of the room and then reach overhead. Press down into the pinky toe side of your right foot. One more breath. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands to your hips. You're going to straighten the left leg and bring your right foot in, maybe about a third of the way. Drop your left hip, lift the right. Notice this curve that you've created in the spine. Start to lengthen forward towards the front of the mat. Reach forward with your left hand. Reach, 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 reach. Now you can stay like this and maybe drop the left hand or maybe keep it up. Maybe bring the right hand up towards the ceiling or overhead. Wherever you are, let's take 2 more breaths. Soften into the forward leg. Warrior two. You can lengthen that right foot back towards the back of the mat where it came from. And then let's cartwheel hands down. Lift the right heel and find ourselves in a runner's lunge. Left hand can reach forward. And as you inhale, reach that left hand up towards the ceiling, turning the chest towards the left knee. And then reach straight back towards the back wall. Exhale, hand comes down and forward. Inhale, up and over. Nice and slow, feeling the whole movement of the shoulder. One more time, forward and down. Inhale, up and back. As you exhale, let's bring that left hand down. Frame the front foot. Step back, high plank pose. Inhale, shoulders forward. And exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, table or plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. As you exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees. Let's come all the way up to stand. Hands up. You can look up. Now bring the crown of the head high. Palms face one another. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Bring your big toes together and your heels just a little bit apart as we're coming into chair pose. Take another breath in. As you exhale, sink the hips back and down, coming into chair pose. Weights coming into your heels. You feel the belly fire up. Take another breath in. As you exhale, hands to your heart. Take another breath in. As you exhale, let's take a chair twist. Right elbow to the left knee. Left elbow's high. We're sinking into this twist. Now from here, I'd like to turn this into a lunge with a prayer twist. So you're going to lift the right heel and look down to the mat for balance. Take the right foot back to the back of the mat. So we're in this prayer twist with a lunge. Full cycle of breath. Next inhale, crescent lunge. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and I want to come to warrior three. So you're going to start to bring your weight forward into your left foot, bringing the chest forward, the right leg high. Try and keep your hips level here while you press back to the right heel, forward through the crown of the head. Take a breath. Inhale, Standing staff with the right knee high. You can take your right knee here with your hand, or you can take your foot and reach forward with your right hip. Up to you. Left hand reaches out to the side, while the right foot reaches out to the side. Take a full cycle of breath. Bend into the right knee. Left hand can come back to your hip. And settle your right foot down next to your left. Getting ready for the other side. Inhale, hands up. Palms face one another. Prepare for chair pose. As you exhale, hips slides back and down, back and down, back and down. Inhale, hands to your heart. Exhale, twist to the right, left elbow to the right knee. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, lift the left heel. And exhale, take the left foot back towards the back of the mat. So we've got a lunging twist. Full cycle of breath here. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale now into your warrior three. So weights coming into the right foot. Lift the left heel. Reach the crown of the head forward. Doesn't have to come all the way level, but try and keep the hips level. Full cycle of breath. Inhale, standing staff with the left knee high. You can set your foot down if you like. Left hand takes the knee, or peace fingers around the big toe. If you got the big toe, you can extend your leg forward. Right hand can reach out to the right, while your left foot reaches out to the left. One breath in, one breath out. Bend into the left knee and settle your left foot down next to the right. I was pretty nervous about doing that with you guys on camera because when I practiced that this morning, I was falling all over myself the whole time. I was not wearing my contacts, and we know how drishti and gaze affects balance, so I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. How much time do we have? All right. Inhale, hands up. We're going to put those flows together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, let's just step back to downward facing dog. So put your hands down, step your feet back, down dog. When you're ready, inhale, your right heel lifts up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Tap, tap. Inhale to extend. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Tap, tap here. Inhale to extend. Exhale, that right knee drives right forward between the elbows. Inhale to extend. Exhale to come forward. Inhale, drop your left knee and come up to your kneeling lunge. Exhale, hamstring stretch, airplane arms. Inhale, power up that back leg, arrow lunge. Exhale to crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale to twist. Inhale, warrior two. So windmill the arms around, plant your left heel. Stay here for the exhale, get comfortable. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, shorten the stance. And exhale to triangle pose, reaching the right hand forward. Left hand stays at the hip, up, up, or overhead. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. runner's lunge. One time, inhale, reach the right hand forward and up. And exhale, reach the right hand back and down. This time, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, standing stack. Take your knee or your foot. Extend the left foot if you've got it. And inhale to reach out to the side. As you exhale, you can put the left foot down next to the right. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left heel lifts. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale to reach. Exhale, pull the right knee right through the center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Lower down onto your left knee. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, airplane arms, hamstring stretch. Inhale, power up that back leg, arrow lunge. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, twist. Inhale, warrior two. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten the left leg, step your right foot in. Inhale to reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, right hand stays where it is or reaches overhead. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, crescent lunge. Big breath in here. As you exhale, hands to your hips, warrior three. Inhale, standing stack. Right hand takes the right knee or the foot. You can extend if you've got the foot. And then send it out to the side, the right knee or the right foot to the side. Left hand's reaching to cantilever the pose. Whoa. And come back to center. Settle your right foot down. Next to the left. What are we doing for time? 7:20. So from here, let's step all the way back. Let's reach up, take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. From here, we'll take ourselves back to downward facing dog. Step your feet back, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, take the knees wide. And let's come to child's pose once again. And remember, you're at home. So if you want to get a blanket or for your hips or something under your forehead, do it. If there's anything around that you think you want, get it. We'll stop moving so much now and we're coming down into the more comfortable, the comfy poses. So forehead to the mat. Reach the hands forward. While you're here, if you like, you can take an arc to the left. So just walk your hands over to the left, lay your body over your left knee. Just reach the hands. Try and really set your right hip back towards the heel. Walk over to the other side. Kind of have a wall in my way here. Let's come back to center. Come up to table. Take your right foot back behind you, just curl into the toes. Stretch out through the back of your leg after that child's pose, And then I want to come to pigeon pose. So your right foot, and if you want to do it from down dog, you can do that. That gives you more space. Sometimes I prefer that, just not tonight. Bring your right foot forward behind your left hand and lay your shin down. And start to slide your left knee back until you're comfortable, really. Try and keep your hips level here. Again, you could, if you had a blanket or a pillow nearby, tuck it underneath your right hip just to be comfortable. You can stay up high if you like, or you can start to bring your chest, your forehead down towards the floor. Checking the time. We have a few more minutes here. Now, when you're ready, when we've had enough of this, we can make our way back to table or down dog. So just lift up the front of the body, top of the body, onto your hands. Curl your back toes under and bring your left knee or your back knee forward a few inches. And that's going to lift your hips so that you can get your right leg out from underneath you. Make any little movements that you like here. And then when you are ready, you can bring your left foot forward behind your right wrist. Start to settle your right knee back to bring your hips closer to the floor. Now, mine are pretty close to the floor, but if yours are up higher, that's fine. And if it's not comfortable, tuck something underneath it. Make yourself comfortable. Coming all the way down onto forearms. Maybe all the way down with your forehead to the floor or to a block. We'll just take a couple of breaths here. Now from here, we can come back up. Come out of this the same way you did the first side. So curl into the back toes. Bring that knee forward. And then bring your left leg back. You can stretch it out, the back of your knee, breathe. And then from here, it's time to make your way into your Savasana pose. So if you want to be, if you want some clothes, a blanket, whatever you have around the house that you want to make you comfortable, get it. If there's any last stretches, movements, shapes you want to take, do that now. This is the moment for that. And then you can begin to lie on your back for Savasana, unless, of course, you're not that comfortable on your back, then change it up. Lie on your side, lie on your front, sit up, you name it. Hmm. Now from here, see, I've got some messages from you guys. Once you're lying on your back, try to become still. Get as still and comfortable as you can. And I do have a poem for us. Let's see, where was I keeping it? It's actually a short little quote that I read that I've heard before, and you've probably heard before as well, but I like it anyway. Life is amazing, and then it's awful, and then it's amazing again. And in between the amazing and awful, it's ordinary and mundane and routine. Breathe in the amazing. Hold on through the awful and relax and exhale during the ordinary. That's just living. Heartbreaking, soul healing, amazing, awful, ordinary life. And it's breathtakingly beautiful. So now's about when I would normally come around to see you. We'll have about a minute in Savasana, and then we can come out of it together. Now, one of the other sort of beauty things about practicing at home is that you can do whatever you want. You can ignore me. You can stay in Savasana for as long as you want now. Don't have to get up. Don't have to go up and go out in the cold and get in the car. So when it is time to get up, or when I call it time to get up, if you don't want to, don't. I always recommend to stay in Savasana for as much time as you have. So if you are ready to get up, you can start to move around. You can go right through your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, arms and your legs. Stretch and reach and wiggle, move around. Keep it slow, keep it gentle, but just move around any way that you think you like. And then, when you had enough of that, you can bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug in. Ooh, and roll onto your side for a breath or two, or maybe roll up the length of your spine. And when you're ready, you can come to a comfortable seat. Inhale, hands up. As you exhale, thumbs to the third eye, and let's bow forward for our final pose. Namaste. I hope you have a good, I hope this practice is okay for you, considering the weather outside. I think all of us being at home and cozy was the best plan. Um, having said that, if you want to hang around for the next practice, it's happening in about 15 minutes. It's yin practice where we're going to lie around and meditate and be still. So if you got the time, you might as well stay. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea for that practice. And just, I was hesitating at the end of practice to say namaste, because usually it's namaste. Namaste is talking about like seeing one another, and I can't see you. But the essence of it was there, and that I'm happy to join you, and I hope you had a good time. Hi, I'm just between classes if you want to come up and.
We're watching Rambo.
He is still alive there. It was okay. I was having a good time. Yeah. Oh, you're not that. Okay, I did do that. Okay. Huh? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Here, I'll come see you in a sec. Nice and cozy next to the fire.
Good. Yeah, very much. I like that it's, yeah, I like that it's just a bad day. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, has he met the girl yet? Not Rambo? Yes, you got? Yeah, he's gonna download or something like that. What do want back? And the girl dies and then he takes the necklace and he puts it out and she wears it down here. Bigger part.
Yeah. It was.
Well, I remember that.
Sylvester Stallone, huge neck.
It's just funny. Okay, so I hope I still have people here for yin. I'm just making a cup of tea. And then we can get started for our yin practice. If the only thing I think that you might want for this practice, aside from the usual schmusual, like um, blanket or thank you, babe. I know I usually have tea for you at the church, so you gotta get your own tonight. Sorry, and Dave just brought me mine. Um, but if you want to get something that you can use as a strap, because we are going to do that reclined hamstring stretch. But if you don't, you can just use hands, so it's not that big a deal. But also blankets, anything else that you might want to use while you're practicing. And let's make our way to the mat. So I just want to take a few breaths. Let's take 3 breaths to begin practice. You can be seated for these. Just moving so that you can see fire too. Hoping you have a cozy situation at home tonight. Get comfortable on your mat. I'm glad and happy that we were able to put this together so that we didn't have to. Nobody had to drive tonight. Hoping everybody got the messages okay, but there you go. Just have another minute before we start. I guess we can just begin. So seated on your mat, have everything that you want close by. Shut your eyes. And before we take our 3 breaths, I just want to comment that I don't have any music playing because I thought it would negatively impact like your ability to hear my voice with the speakers and that. So if you want to have music on at home, that's a good idea. I forgot about that for the first practice. That was a little more movement based, so we didn't miss the music that much. Let's take 3 breaths. I want each breath to be exactly the same. So let's do a 4 count inhale and a 4 count exhale. Same thing 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can open your eyes, remain seated in any way that's comfortable for you. You could even move up against a wall if you like, or sit up on something. Just want to do a little bit of shoulder stretching while we're up and seated. So let's take the right hand. You can reach it up towards the ceiling, maybe open and close your fist a couple of times. And then bring your right wrist just over your left shoulder. Left hand can take the right elbow and start to press it towards the left shoulder. So my guess is you're feeling a nice stretch in your right shoulder, somewhere around in the back of your right shoulder or somewhere in there. Now, the stretch isn't going to be as good as if you let your elbow fall down over your chest. You really want to keep that elbow about shoulder height, and it won't be as good as if you lift it up over your face. So just try and keep it right about the shoulder height. I won't stay here for like a full 5 minutes. Let's just stay here for 10 breaths. So you can shut your eyes. And you can maybe look for those same similar breaths that we had at the beginning of practice. 4 in, 4 out. I'm not going to count them for you in case you want to do something else. But just nice, easy breaths. Breath in. And then as you exhale, you can let your hands relax. Let's take a big breath in, reach the right hand up, big stretch. And then as you exhale, bring that, did I say right hand? Left hand, other hand. And bring that hand over across your body so your wrist is resting on your right shoulder. The left hand can take the right elbow. Right hand can take the left elbow and press it towards your right shoulder. But you guys aren't here to remind me or to tell me when I've screwed up side, so I'm really hoping I get it right. Let's take a few breaths. 10 breaths, in fact. Another nice breath in. And as you exhale, you can let your arms relax. From here, I'd like to move into a seated butterfly. So bring your feet in towards one another. And you could stay just like this. Seated tall, hands resting wherever it feels good, maybe at your heart, on your knees, or at the floor. If you want to take a moment, give your feet a massage. This is an excellent idea. That shoulder stretch felt good. We did some shoveling today, so I needed an extra stretch at the arms. My feet could always use it. If you want, you can stay seated tall, or you can start to hinge at the hips, round at the spine, and come to a forward fold. Now, you don't have to come right into the forward fold. You could sort of move in and out of it, or maybe make some circles that bring you forward and down a couple of times, just sort of easing yourself into the pose. I know yin is about all being still, but I feel like if we just ease ourselves into things, it's easier to be still. So when you've had enough of that kind of movement, if you choose to take the forward fold, let your hands rest with the palms up. Tuck your chin and just round the spine. About 10 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can roll back up to sit if you took the forward fold. You can lean into your hands, extend your legs long, maybe give your legs a little shake out. This is a nice time to move your feet around a little bit, maybe squeeze your toes like you're trying to make a fist with your toes. You could do your hands at the same time. And then open the fingers, the toes. Try and get space between each of your toes. Close and open, just 1 or 2 times. Honestly, the rest of practice is going to be reclined. So enjoy this last few minutes of being upright. And like I said, when you've had enough of that with the hands and feet, we can relax. Let's come down onto our backs. Now, as I said, you may want to have a strap or something that you can use as a strap, like literally, a hand towel, a necktie, a belt, an actual strap. The strap that goes around your yoga mat would work. And we're going to come down onto our backs now. Take your time, lower your spine down, and make yourself fully comfortable. So there's never any rush here in yoga, and yin yoga particularly, but take your time, come all the way down onto your back, flatten your shoulder blades, and let's bring your right knee into your chest. You can hug it in, compress across the front of that right hip. We're going to do a series of postures on the right side with the right leg, and then we're going to do that same series on the left leg. So you'll get a whole sort of experience on one side, and then we'll move to the other. So bring your hands around behind you get the back of your leg and just start to straighten and bend the back of your right foot. We're coming into a hamstring stretch. So if you want, you can grab your strap and put it around the ball of your foot and start to hold that foot up towards the ceiling, getting a nice stretch in the back of the leg. If you want a little bit more movement here before you stay still, go for it. Eventually, so you can, if you don't have a strap and you didn't feel like going to get one, you can just interlace your fingers around the back of your thigh and press up through your heel. Let your foot be as relaxed as it can. So I don't want the foot pointed towards the ceiling, and just let the toes relax back towards your shin. If it's comfortable, you can bring your hand up a little bit higher, or even make some hooks with your fingers and grab that right toe. Now, let me check. I gotta watch the time here. The rest of your body, you want to be as relaxed as possible. So your left leg can stay bent, or you can let it release towards the floor. And you can have it straight. You can even let it kind of like wing it if you want. Same thing with your left hand. Do whatever you like. Make yourself be comfortable. This pose has some of the benefits, actually, has all of the benefits of like doing legs up the wall, having your foot just up towards the ceiling, letting any inflammation, just giving a gravity assist to get things out, get any inflammation out of your legs. And when I used to run events, like doing this was really a difference of night and day in my recovery. About 2 more minutes here, just like this. Now, from here, you can set the strap aside if you're using it, or bend your right knee. Let your left hand rest and just take your right hand onto your right kneecap. And I just want to sweep the right kneecap to the right and to the left. The whole rest of your body is still. Just moving it from the right to the left. So you're kind of pointing at your right shoulder and then at your left shoulder. Just back and forth a couple of times. And you might have guessed we're coming into a half happy baby pose from here. So next time you have the knee turned out towards the same side shoulder, you could take your right hand and bring it behind your knee and keep pulling that knee in towards your shoulder. If you like, you could bring the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling and reach for your calf, your ankle, or again, you can make some little hooks with your finger. This is what I like, and hook around the big toe. You could use your strap again at this point if you've got it with you. But remember, your knee's pointing at your right armpit or shoulder, and it's really coming down towards the floor. And we're taking a couple of breaths. We're staying here for a while. I like here to keep my left fingertips at my left hip because there's a tendency here to get so involved with pulling your right knee towards the floor that the left side starts to lift and then you're just rolling over. So left fingertips at the hip bone just remind you to stay heavy to the floor on the left side. We have 2 more minutes here. Now from here, you can bring your right hand back to your right kneecap. Bring that knee back in towards your chest. Plant your left foot on the mat. Bend the knee. And start to make some circles with your right knee. Nice, gentle, small circles. You can go one way and then the other. And then when you've had enough of that, right ankle over your left knee for a figure four. Now you can take this figure four really any way you like. You can state just like this. You could use your right hand to push your right knee away. If you want to bring your left knee into your chest and hold on to your shin or your calf, you can go ahead and do that. It's all up to you and what you think might feel good. I've had the fire going on all day in here. Since like breakfast this morning, we had our coffee by the fire and we just kept the house warm. But 3 more breaths here. And then you can bring that right knee back into your chest. And then settle your right foot down next to your left. And we'll come to a reclined twist. So your arms can come out to like a T or a Y, or cactus arms, anything that feels really good. And I want to let your knees fall over to the right. Getting a nice stretch and opening into that right hip that we've been working on. Just going to look to see, do I have new messages here? No, we're all good. That's good. Okay, so let's just stay here. I feel like I very often, when we're practicing together at the church, I'm checking you guys out, but I don't actually do all the yin poses with you, especially the reclined ones, because they make me really dopey. Hopefully that won't happen to me tonight. It's a nice pose to feel the breath moving through the side of your body. So yeah. You can. So there's a yawn. If you can't, come to full breath awareness. Lengthening out the breath, feeling it coming in and out, but noticing what happens in your body as you breathe. Add 10 more breaths here. Now from here, let's just bring the knees back up to center. You might need to straighten out your spine. You can lengthen out your legs. Maybe the arms overhead. Just take a full body stretch. And then we're going to do that sequence on the other side. So you can bring your left knee into your chest. Just tug it in. And then bring your hands behind your thigh. And just straighten and bend that leg again. And when I say straighten, I mean like kind of mostly straighten it. And then when you're ready, you can stay still. Got a gentle opening in the back of your leg. You're either using a strap around your foot or maybe you're holding the foot, the thigh, or the calf. You're comfortable, whatever you're doing. Your upper body is relaxed. Your foot is relaxed. Really, you're relaxed everywhere. You just got this leg. Or step up in the air. Now I know that this side can be, I don't know, maybe next time we're together you can tell me, is it easier the second time around when you know what's coming? Or is it harder because you know what's coming, there's nothing novel, and you find it maybe a little more boring? I can dig how both could be true. Either way, try and stay present. Don't worry about what's coming. Stay present. Focus on your breath. We take some nice, easy breaths. Now from here, you can bend that left knee again. Cup the kneecap with your hand and just bring your kneecap left to right. Point at your left armpit, point at your right armpit. Sort of gently moving. We're talking about moving the knee, but the movement's really originating from the hip, isn't it? Can you feel your leg bones sort of sweeping side to side inside the joint, inside the hip joint? And then when you're ready, we'll make our way to the half happy baby pose. Your left knee's pointing at your left armpit or shoulder. You can hold on to the back of your leg. Bring the sole of the foot up, hold on to your ankle or your toes. Right hip is heavy down on the floor. Yeah, your left knee is pointing at the floor. But we don't want to pull so hard that our right side lifts up. Once you find your way into the pose, just be still. Okay, now from here, And bring your right knee back in towards your chest. Plant your right foot on the floor and bend the knee if you have moved it, if you have extended it, doing something else. You can start to make some circles with your left knee. Now you can find your leg bone not just sweeping side to side, but actually circling around inside that hip joint. Go one way, the other. It's nice to have a little bit of movement between the poses so you don't go stir crazy. But also just this movement that starts to prepare the joint for the pose. So that as you put your left ankle over the right knee, you can kind of slip into the pose. Sometimes I think if the pose, particularly if there's a pose that's maybe a little bit more difficult for you, or it can be jarring for the body to go right into it. So you slip into the pose. You can stay here. You can bring your right knee into your chest. You could push that left knee away. It's all good. Just be comfortable. from here, you can bring the left foot down next to the right. And begin to make your way into your reclined twist. So your arms can come out to the sides. I like to do that just to help keep the shoulder blades down on the mat. So not to let the left shoulder lift along with the left hip. So if you any way that you're comfortable here is good for me. And you can start to sway the knees side to side, really letting, as sway a little more to the right, letting the left hip lift a couple of times, making your way eventually into a reclined twist. Now, if there's some variation on a reclined twist that you like if you want to have bound legs or something like that, you should go for it. And oh, pardon me, there's another one of those yawns. If you want to put something under your right knee or between your knees, like a pillow, a small pillow or a blanket, you can do that. when you're ready, you can bring your knees back up to center. And lengthen out. And really, this is the moment for you to make any last moves or stretches that you might like to make before you find your way into Savasana. And then when we come into Savasana, we're going to do a breath exercise and then release out, relax our mind and body in Savasana. So taking a few moments here, if you're like me and you want to put your socks on or a sweater or get a blanket, like get real cozy underneath a blanket. This is a good moment for that. And we're going to do this breath exercise that we've been doing lately at the church, where you can, it's a great one for finding rest. So that's what I'm all about here. So let's take a breath in together to a count of 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath in for a count of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for a count of 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale to 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale to 4. Hold to 6. Exhale to 8. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. And just return to a natural, easygoing breath. Don't have to think about it. You can let your mind rest now. Your mind relax. And I do have a poem for us. Find it. I started calling that girl back. The girl who loved living. The girl who danced instead of walking. The girl who had sunflowers for eyes and fireworks in her soul. I started playing music again, hoping she would come out. I started looking for beautiful moments to experience, so she would feel safe enough to show herself, because I knew she was there, and she needed my kindness and my effort to come to the surface again. And when you're ready to begin moving again, and of course, you're at home, you can ignore me, you can keep lying wherever you are. No need to get up. Maybe you just want to roll right into bed. But if you do want to get up, just turn your head from side to side. Wiggle out through your fingers and your toes. Turn wrists and ankles. Stretch out through hands and feet. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then when you are ready, come up to a comfortable seat. Inhale, hands up. As you exhale, palms together, thumbs to the third eye, and hinge forward. For our final practice for tonight, namaste. I hope you guys feel good. I hope you're ready for some good rest. I hope you're cozy at home. It looks like the snow has stopped, but uh, I hope you're cozy. I'm feeling good, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Because while this has been nice to be home and cozy, I miss seeing all your faces. I hope you have a great evening, and we'll catch up again soon. Namaste. I'm glad that you are here, Milana. You have a good evening too. Good night, everybody. Yes, I want to end.